Hey everybody, it's Ken here with another lantern video. This week's going to be a little bit of a different video, and the reason being why I was in the hardware store a couple weeks ago and was going to buy some fuel while I was there, and ended up picking up this Klean Strip 1K heater fuel. And normally I go with the clean heat, but at the price of things it's getting kind of expensive. It was a couple bucks cheaper. So I go and I bring it home and I actually put it in a lantern and burn it, and then something went off in the back of my head. And you know, getting a little older, you tend to forget things. But I belong to a cool Facebook group, good bunch of guys, and there was a couple posts a little while ago saying that the flash point of this it's only about 101 degrees. It's a lower flash point, and you're supposed to use something that's at least 124 degrees according to several sources. Now I don't want to pick a fight with anybody over you know, whether or not you should use it or not. So I already actually had filled a lantern and used it a few nights, and but thought something came in the back of my mind and said, maybe, you know, I want to be safe. I don't want anything to happen. So the following video, you'll see I shot on my cell phone by myself there, doing a little experiment there to see if this is safe fuel to use. Now, don't take my word for it. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not telling you to use it. I'm not telling you not to use it. I'm not making any disclaimer. Just did this for my own personal reasons, and turned out to be pretty interesting. So take a look, see what you think, and yeah, I'll leave the decision up to you as to whether or not you want to use this or something with a little higher flash point. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a little experiment here using this Klean Strip 1K heater fuel / kerosene. Now I was told that this stuff shouldn't really be used in heaters or lanterns because it's got a lower flash point, somewhere around 101 degrees Fahrenheit from what I understand, but don't really know if that's true. So I'm going to do a little experiment here on this Dietz Jr. American camper, and we're gonna see what happens here. Now I got an infrared temperature gun here, and I'm taking some temperatures here, and I'm going all around the fount before I light this up, and I'm reading probably about 79, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. We're yeah, 78.2. Yeah, I mean it's a steady, pretty steady reading. 78.9. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a heat gun and slowly heat this up and see if anything happens while this is burning. Okay, I got it lit up. It's burning very nice. I got the wick trimmed very reasonably. It looks pretty good. And we'll just let it burn for a few minutes to warm up naturally on its own. And then over here, I got my heat gun. I'm going to slowly start heating up around the fount and start taking some measurements. I'm going to try to get it up to 101 degrees and see if we notice any noticeable change in the flame. And maybe I should grab my fire extinguisher and have it on standby just in case. Don't try this at home, guys. This is something I'm a little leery of, but I gotta know for myself because I do have a few lanterns that are currently filled with this 1K heater fuel. Not a whole lot. I only have the one gallon of it, and I just want to know, because you know, if this stuff isn't any good, I will dump it out and I'll just use it for a cleaner or something, but or even maybe like a charcoal starter or something, very sparingly. But well, let's see what happens. Kind of hard to do this while holding the camera, but this is a very, very hot heat gun, by the way. Alright, let's set it down. let's just start taking some temperatures here. Now this is just surface temperature. Now, you know, you can see that it's okay. It's probably going to be colder on the back side. We are getting a little smoke out of the cap, but that's nothing to worry about because I did WD-40 it actually pretty heavily because, like I said, I just did a kind of a resto on this here, and that's what usually always happens until that burns off. But no difference in the flame whatsoever. Okay, but it's colder, kind of colder on the back side because I can't really get around to the back side here. Yeah, about 92. Okay, let's continue to heat then. So I should just spin it around so I can get the back side. That's high, I want to go low. I don't want the high. It's gotta be pretty hot. Let's see here. Excuse the noise, but we got a bunch of kids playing across the street in the yard there, but they're having a good time today. It's a beautiful day out here. Now, yeah, we're still surface temperature. You know, you saw it up to 113, 105, 115, 114. Let's get around the other side. Yeah, 99, 100. Yeah, let's continue to heat it then with the heat gun. Where's number one? There's no, let me get my, I don't want to melt my thermometer there. And once again, I'm doing this outside on my makeshift workbench here. So if it does go up, you know, far enough away from anything that's going to hurt anything, so not to worry. Well, like I said, don't try this at home. I'm doing it for you. Alright, continue heating it. Let's see what we got. We're up in the 118, 120. 122, 112. I mean, you know, of course, I don't know how hot the fuel on the inside is, too. This is just surface temperature, but I probably couldn't even touch the thing if I had to. Let's see. It's probably pretty warm. Yeah, it's pretty warm. Let's heat some more. In the 120s now here. I had a hot spot there, 130. Of course, like I said, this is just on one side too. I didn't flip it around again. But, right, you know, rather than bore you guys and keep doing this, I'm gonna just off camera. I'm gonna try to keep heating it, and then I'm gonna get it nice and hot, and I'll come back and I'll show you when I get it up a little hotter. All right, we're still. We're like 120s. I've been going around it pretty steady now. Heating up. Yeah, we're around. What I probably should do is try to hang this thing somehow and get to the bottom of it too. Get the fuel heating on the bottom. Let me see what I can come up with to do that. Alright. So we got a little makeshift hanger here. That I just notched a piece of wood here. And let's heat this thing up from the bottom. That way we'll get that fuel really hot. I don't see anything happening here. It's burning just as steady as it was when it was 78 degrees. Alright, let me turn off the heat gun, get some temperature readings here. I don't know, that's gotta be hot. There we are. Alright, 108, 107. Oh. What we got over here? Yeah, 116. 111, 110. Okay, now we're all around, and we're clearly over 100 degrees. And I don't even know. I probably can't even touch that fountain. I can touch it barely. It's warm. It's really warm. Really, really warm. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep heating and heating and heating this thing to verify. I don't know what the internal temperature of the fuel is, but I'm assuming that if I keep doing this, it's going to get reasonably hot enough, and if I don't notice any changes, I would assume this is a safe fuel to use. So let's try it. All right, 128. And I had this on the bottom, 132, 125, 122. All right, well, all right guys, so it was very hard for me to do, but I had to keep heating and heating, and I reached an overall average temperature of 133 degrees. On this, which I would call all around and the bottom. I had some hot spots, 140. I had some 128s. But after heating it for several minutes, all around, in fact, it's still, wow, it's hot now. It's still hot. I mean, now I can barely even touch this fount, and so the fuel inside it's got to be at least 110, 120 degrees with the fuel inside. And I didn't have any problem whatsoever. So that kind of sets my mind at ease. I think for myself, I typically don't burn my lanterns for longer than, an hour and a half maximum. I usually sit outside in the evening for hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours as the sun gets more limited in the winter time here. But I think I would say that this fuel is a safe fuel to use. Oh, well, at least, I mean, what I probably should do is try it in another lantern, maybe at a bigger volume, and maybe perhaps I'll do another video on that, because I actually do have an air pilot. I have a Dietz air pilot currently fueled with it too. So rather than boring you guys, maybe while I'm at it, maybe I'll do the same thing with the air pilot, and I'll check back in and let you know what happens. All right guys, so I'm back with my air pilot number 8, and I did pretty much the same thing. I got this heated up. It's cooling down. 117 there. It was hotter on this side, I think. Yeah, 120. There's a 120 on this side. 122, we'll call it. Steady. Yeah. So I've been heating this thing up for quite a while, and I got this thing up to the 120s. And it's hot. It's hot. The fount's nice and hot. There's fuel in there. I know that fuel's got to be up to temperature by now. I've been heating this thing up for like 5 minutes. I don't notice any bit of difference here. So like I said, I don't know how hot it is where you guys are at, but I mean, typically here where I'm at in the Northeast, I mean, that would be a hot evening for to get anything close to that, even that. So I'm pretty comfortable using this fuel, I think. Yeah, so in conclusion, I really didn't seem to have a problem with it. And like I said, I'm not telling you guys to use it, because you can look up the MSDS on this stuff, the Material Safety Data Sheet. Flashpoint does say greater than 100. From what I gather, it's like 101. But as you see what happened, nothing really happened. So like I said, I'm not making any disclaimers, not telling you to use it, not to use it, but the way things are today, I don't take anything at face value. I like to actually see some evidence, a little bit of science. Now, you know, maybe I could have heated it up a little more in conclusion, but off camera I did actually uncap the Dietz Air Pilot, and I actually poured some of the fuel on my finger, and it was warm. The fuel did reach a respectable temperature, and as well as the fount being hot. And I know for a fact it was way hotter than what I burned in, like I said in the video, for an hour or two. And in fact, I burn my lanterns right outside. I burn them till I bring them in, and then I hang them. If you look, if we can get a shot, I have them all hooked up the top. So I put them right out on the bench, and then I actually hold the fount, and then I hook them up and hang them while they're hot. So I actually know how hot the fount is when I hang them up. And like I said, it was way hotter. I heated it up way hotter than that, and nothing happened. So there you are. Take it for what it's worth. But I just thought it would be a cool little video, and it's you know, a little bit of insurance for me that I know I can keep on doing what I'm doing. But like I said, maybe if you burn, you know, for a longer time, or 5-6 hours, you know, I'm not making any recommendations, but that's what I found. But anyway, everybody stay safe and take care, and we'll see you real soon in another lantern video. Bye bye for now.